Hi, and welcome to BB's Crafty Haven. I am Belinda, and thank you for stopping by today. Please remember to share and like my channel, and remember to subscribe. I really would like my channel to grow and continue to do this. Today is my last Easter DIY. I hope you enjoy what you see today, and I hope it inspires you. Thanks again. DIY number one. We're going to take a crepe from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take white from Apple Barrel and paint the entire box. I'm going to take a cross that I got from Amazon, and I'm going to paint it with my wax. Once I get it painted with my wax, we're going to take back the white box and we're going to add floral foam to it. And I hot glue all the floral foam down. Once I get all that foam hot glued in, I'm going to take some flowers that I got from Amazon, and I'm going to fill that box until it's completely full. I think I actually, now that I think back to it, I think I not only did I use the flowers I got from Amazon, but I think some of the flowers I got from Dollar Tree too. I have a tote full of spring flowers. Once we get that all filled up, I'm going to take my Cricut and make a He is Risen sign, and I'm going to place that on the front of the box. Once I get that all in place, we're going to take the cross. Nope, not taking the cross. Taking the wax and distressing the box. And I do this all the way around. Once the box is completely distressed, then I take the cross. And I take a dowel rod that I had also used the wax on, and I hot glue it to the back of the cross. And then I'm going to take the white from Apple Barrel and dry brush white all over the cross. This helps the cross stand out. And then I'm going to take some felt that I'm not sure where I got it from. It could have been from anywhere, any craft store, Amazon, not sure. But I cut a strip of that purple felt out, and I don't know how long it is, but it's only an inch wide. And then I'm going to take the cross and the felt, and I'm going to take that felt and wrap it around the cross. And we're going to hot glue the felt down to the cross. Once the felt is hot glued down, I take my scissors and I angle the end of that felt. Once we get our cross complete, we bring back the box of flowers, and we're just going to stick that cross right down in the middle of those flowers, right into that floral foam. And this is what we have so far. The last and final step, I'm going to take some of this moss, and I'm going to stuff it down into the box so it covers up that foam. And that is it for this project. Like I said, it was pretty easy peasy. Let me know what you think in the description box below. I hope you like it. Now moving on to DIY number two. I take these cutting boards from Dollar Tree and a hinge, actually two hinges, and I already pre-marked where I'd like the hinges to be. And I will take hot glue and super glue and glue these down. I was going to use screws to screw them down, but the board started to split, so I had to stop. So that's why I ended up using two different kinds of glues. But once I get the hinges all set and glued in, I'm going to take my white from Apple Barrel, and I'm going to place two coats, front, back, sides, all over. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with this project. It was kind of, wasn't sure where I was going to go with it. But I ended up taking my wax and waxing the entire board. And yes, it looks very ugly right now. Don't get me wrong. I agree, it's ugly. But next, I take these printouts I got from Clip Art off of Amazon, not Amazon, Facebook. And I take my water pen and I go around the edges with the water pen. And then I just start picking it off. I want really rough edges on both of these. And what I do to one, I do to the other. And I will show you the edging that I want here in a minute. As you can see, I'm just picking. I'm not even really pulling and tearing. I'm just kind of picking it off so I can get that rough edge. And then I take my Mod Podge, and I will cover the entire board with the Mod Podge, even though the picture is a little smaller than the board, because I want to protect the entire board. And I'm going to show you me covering this entire board on this side, because I thought you guys all need to see me do that. I did not mean to leave all that in. But I take this picture, and as you can see, it's a little bigger than the board itself. When I printed it off, had another thing in mind, and then, like I said, this totally took a different direction. And then I went completely clueless as what I really wanted to do. But trust the process. This does turn out very pretty. But I just take my water pen, and I just tear off the edges while the paper is on the board. Just be careful because the paper is in that Mod Podge and it could tear. And I also take the paper and I kind of just use my fingernail right there and just kind of tear it around the edges of the hinges too. And what I do to one side, I do to the other. Okay, once I get that all completed and laid down flat, I take these popsicle sticks that I got from Dollar Tree. They're kind of really skinny ones. And at first I kind of used my scissors to cut it, but then I decided that I kind of wanted more of a rustic, jagged edges. So then I just end up snapping the pieces with my fingers. And we're going to make a cross, and I'm going to kind of catty corner the cross so it looks like that. I also take some wax I had left over on a sponge and kind of put it on there. So it's like a light covering. You'll see that in here in a minute. I don't show that on screen. I think I did that off camera. Okay, you can see where I kind of dirtied up the cross a little bit. Then I take this jute and I go X style with that jute in the middle, and I think I go around 2 or 3 times on in each corner. And then I just hot glue that down. Just be careful not to burn your fingers or use those little finger protectors that I do have, but fail to ever use and then burn my finger and go crying to my husband. Yes, I make him kiss my boo-boos. Anyways, going on. Once we get all that put together, I'm going to get that across and we are just going to hot glue that in that bottom corner. Okay, once I finally get that glued down, the last step is taking this bow that I got from Amazon many, many years ago in a pack, and we're going to hot glue that down in the other corner. And that is it for this project. Please let me know in the description box below what you think of it. And now we're going to be moving on to DIY number 3. Okay, this is a dupe project from Kathy Joe from Kathy Joe DIYs. She made one, but on a much bigger scale, and I will try to put that video in my description box below so you can watch how she does hers. And I just take this wood slice from Dollar Tree and I just put wood glue all the way around it. And I actually make two of these, but I only show me making one. But once I get the wood glue all the way around, I'm going to take these tumbling tower blocks and place them all the way around this wood round, and it takes five, I believe. Okay, not five, but six. I obviously can't count. But you definitely want to stick with wood glue on this and not any hot glue because you want to be able to move those blocks around if needed. You're going to take more of the wood glue and you're going to put a little dot on each end of the tumbling tower blocks. And we're going to take 6 more tumbling tower blocks. We're going to take, when we take 6 more of the tumbling tower blocks, we're going to put them on top and kind of catty quarter them or stagger them. I'm finding this project very hard to explain, so hopefully by watching me you can kind of see what I'm doing. And the second basket is in the bottom corner. You can kind of see what I did. But like I said, I do 10 rows of these. And you definitely want to use, you see me moving them around. So that's what the whole purpose of the wood glue. And once the wood glue dries, there is no moving this. This is a pretty solid piece. Okay, here I go, taking 6 more and stacking them on more of those tumbling tower blocks. And I just kind of pretty much just throw them on there and then straighten them. Once I get all 10 rows done on both of them, this is what they will look like. And then I'm going to take these half beads here, and I don't know the size of the half beads, but I'm going to take them and put them in the corner of every block. You'll see what I'm doing. Again, this is hard to explain, but just continue to watch and that'll show it better than me explaining it. But what I do to one, I do to the other. This is what it looks like once I go all the way around. I then take my white by Apple Barrel and I paint both of them. And I do all the way to the outside and maybe halfway down on the inside. I don't really go all the way down. But then I take my wax by Folk Art and I dry brush it all over both of them. Top, bottom, sides, all over the place. And when I put Kathy Joe's description of hers down at the video with hers on it, she might be able to explain this a lot better than me. But then I take 20 beads for each basket, and I got those from Dollar Tree. And what I did to the baskets is pretty much what I'm going to do to the beads. The white by Apple Barrel and the wax. Then we're going to take our baskets and we're going to take these little eyelets and we're going to screw them into the side of the basket. And I'll show you, I did this one already. As you can see, I did it on each side right across from each other. And again, what I do to one basket, I do the other. I then take this wire, and this wire, I didn't have strong enough wire, so I took the wire jute that you can get from Dollar Tree and just took off the jute. And I just kind of wrap that wire around that little eyelet that we put on there. And we are going to feed the 20 beads onto that wire. And again, what I do to one, I do to the other. And then once I get all 20 beads, I'll take the other end of the wire and just kind of wrap it around the other eyelet. And here you can see, this is the second basket I did. Okay, once I get both hangers on the basket, this is what we got so far. And then I'm going to take the bags from Dollar Tree that I saved and just stuff them into the baskets as filler, just so I don't have to use as much moss into the baskets or foam. And I just stuff the moss into each basket. I got this moss from Michaels, and just FYI, it was on sale and it stinks. I thought it was kind of smelly, which is probably why it was on sale. Once I get those stuffed with moss, I start filling them. I got those eggs from Dollar Tree, and I put the eggs in there, and then I started stuffing the flowers that I got from Amazon in there. And it's up to you how you decorate these baskets. That's the best thing about DIYs. You can be as creative and go with whatever makes you feel good. Um, I want to thank Kathy Joe from Kathy Joe DIYs for coming up with this idea. Hers is beautiful. Please watch her channel. I'll try to have that video in my description box below. You can see how she did hers, and I can tell you she explained hers way better than I explained mine. So let me know what you think of these in the description box below. And that is it for this project. Once I get done fluffing what I'm doing, but this is how they turned out, and I think they turned out very pretty. I really enjoyed making this project. And now we're on to our final reveal. Here is everything we did today. The He is Risen sign that I think turned out a lot better than I thought it would. And the He is Risen basket with flowers and cross, and the Easter baskets that we also made. Thank you for stopping by and watching my channel. Please remember to like and subscribe so my channel can continue to grow.